you have a bar, you say a line like that. You say, I'll go Grim Reaper on the Grim Reaper. No, it's two then. You say, I go
program.
program. I go Grim Reaper on the Grim Reaper, and then you say, I don't give a fuck, I'll lose a limb. I said, come on, dude, that's what I'm talking about. What song was that?
That's program.
It's program too?
My white boy sniffed the pal, but he tell you he got a nose cold. That's not how I get down, but producing that nigga stone cold. I tell him that's on him. He ain't bent around the brim. He still with me in his gym. He know I'm trying to touch him. Hey, my patience is a virtue, but for this I break a limb. Hey, for this I'm breaking in. Hey, for this I make it dim. I may weather with Goliath. I'd invade him. I Grim Reaper the Grim Reaper. What part don't you understand? Yeah. Once you see, that's the thing. Once you speak your truth, a nigga can't really. What a nigga gonna say that don't like you?
Not a damn thing.
Hey, I ain't here to play with no nigga. When they ask what made me come, I'ma say her throat did it. Mama said don't talk to strangers, you can talk to faux Nikki. She had to get a boy genius, cause I ain't come with no Jimmy. It took forever to get here. I'm not from a big city, it's gang banging, prostitution, dope fiends, and kids missing. Court cases, high-speed chases, boys behind you get skinny. If you ain't hooping, then you scamming, hitting licks to get jiggy. The good die young, I got my gun and I've been on the road with it. Hey, when you start balling, you gotta keep a close mitten. It's night crawlers, grim reapers, boogeyman, and soul strippers, snake pits, tigers, and bears. You got tadpoles with you. Hey, lights, camera, action, I'm the shit from 3 angles. Told young no dude, Ben Wallace, get in the paint and close range him. While Dale said it's getting hot in here, I think the perk yanking. She wanna fuck, I want some paint. The proper say is no thank you. Hey, fuck them other niggas, we not fucking with them other niggas. Get that boy the band man Kevo, take his stomach with him. 2 to 3s, congratulate you buddy. Chest bumper nigga, we to the chip if you give me the ball, cause I'm running with it. Fuck them other niggas, we not fucking with them other niggas. Get that boy the band man Kevo, take his stomach with him. 2 to 3s, congratulate you buddy. Chest bumper nigga, we to the chip if you give me the ball, cause I'm running with it.
What's up, y'all? It's Miss Dixon. I'm here bringing another selection to life. This time it's Mr. Action, Mr. Verb, Mr. Dudadamthang, and we are in San Bernardino, California, his hometown, sitting at Spoody's Barbershop. What's up, Duda?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing? I'm all right.
Good. How you feeling today?
Well, I'm blessed. I woke up today. All my limbs work, and it's another 24 hours to make something happen, so feeling all right. How about yourself?
Good. Well, you already know it's been a day. But everything works out the way it's supposed to. I truly believe that. I don't know about you, but this is really special to me, so I'm happy that we could do it here.
For sure.
And I'm really glad that we could get this in so we can let the people really know like who you are, where you come from, your story. I mean, it's been out there a little bit, but I really want to get to the core of who Duda is and also what Duda's about to do. Because, we had a side conversation about what it's like to be here from San Bernardino. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize how hard it really is and just how resilient you are in your story of being able to, make the waves that you made. So tell me what it means to you to be able to put on for your city, because I feel like you putting on for the city.
There's most definitely a strong significance there. For various reasons. One being, it's not no opportunity out here. It's not really nobody that's giving the city a sense of hope to where it's like, okay, he come from where I come from. If he doing it, I know I can. Right. There's nobody's motivated out here. It's like, it's a sense of depression. So I would say for me to be able to be a sense of light, like be that light for my town, it's a humbling feeling. It's a very humbling feeling. I ain't did nothing yet though. I'm not content with none of my work or how far I've came. I know I got a lot more work to do, and that's really where my focus is at. I don't know if I can say I got the gratification of saying I put my city on, because I don't feel like I'm near yet. I'm doing it, but I don't feel like I'm near yet. I was gonna say
we sit here today.
For sure.
So, you know what I mean? Like you definitely making waves to make people look to the IE, you know, in general. There really hasn't been somebody to really sprout from this area to make, because I feel like a lot of people try to little cousin San Bernardino, but just like you said, when you open, like, it's hope. I feel like in LA, there's still a sense of hope, because even though there's poverty and things like that, like, you're right next door to Hollywood. So you
Beverly Hills.
You see it, you can achieve it, right? Like, there's not that out here at all. Like, none. So the fact that you even have a dream or dare to dream, like, to me, that's really tremendous, and it shows your resiliency that bleeds through your music as well. So that's definitely something to be proud of. Like, don't knock yourself. Like I say, you putting, in my eyes, you putting on for the city, for IE.
Appreciate you.
If you not tapped in, you should already be tapped in on how this nigga got his name.
Right.
His nickname is Duda. His
Yeah.
mama nicknamed him that. And then I thought it was really cool, like you got served was how you was like, okay, I'm just gonna do the damn thing because Lil Kim said,
because
well,
I
do
used
the
to
damn
dance.
thing.
So that was one of my favorite
and that's what I
movies.
wanted to lead into.
Yeah, growing up, you know, my nickname was always Duda. You know, my mama gave me that name, and I came over to do the damn thing off the movie You Got Served. That used to be one of my favorite movies growing up, and at the end of the movie, Lil Kim was talking to him, and she told him like no rules, or the dude asked her like no, so it's no rules, and she was like, hell no, just do the damn thing.
Hell no, just do the damn thing.
Since then, I've been running with it, but it's a name, it's a name that you gotta like, you know, live up to for sure, because you know you can't be basic and you saying you do the damn thing.
Yeah,
so.
and you do the damn thing. But go back to that dancing, because I feel like that was the impression that, you know, obviously watching the movie, that you was like, okay, it just kind of made sense. But obviously you was watching the movie because you like dancing and you used to dance.
Right. I used to dance with Tommy the Clown.
How'd you get into that, being from out here?
Cause I got folks that's from out there, and it started out here, but I had some folks that was out there and they was tapped in with Tommy and them, and you know, I went to an audition and I killed it, and it went from there. But I ain't gonna lie, it was a short-lived dream, because you know my mom was in the streets, she was hustling, so couldn't make that drive to LA every day.
Yeah,
you know when you hustling.
Yeah.
Well, back then when she was hustling, it was a different time, so her dreams overpower mine, or you know, but it's okay. It worked out how it worked out.
Speaking of your mom, because she's a big part of your story, talk a little bit about your relationship with her, how you grew up, where you guys are now today.
Well, my mom had me when she was 19. She was young, but she treated me like her little brother more than her son. So I was exposed to a lot at a young age. I seen a lot of shit I wasn't supposed to see. But I would honestly say that the things that I experienced and the things that I witnessed, it probably tarnished my childhood because I had to grow up faster than the average, but I also believe it made me more of a dynamic human in the real world, because my survival tactics are a lot more proficient than others, and I guess I could say I know how to adjust and handle struggle a little bit better than others do. My mom, she instilled in, you know, she couldn't formally raise a man, but she showed me the ropes, and I had to get out here in this world and experience it. But by the grace of God, I had, you know, family members, and I used to be able to go to my grandma's house. That's another significant person in my life. I used to be able to go with her, and I had cousins and shit that I was able to, you know, fluctuate with, and, you know, get roughed up and shit like that, to learn how to, you know, just the basics of shit. But my mom, she gave birth to a king. She did her shit. She did her shit. I'll take nothing from her, you know. Nobody's perfect. Everybody got they wrongdoings, or however you want to say it. But I wholeheartedly thank my mom for giving birth to me and raising me the way she did. You know, everything wasn't perfect, but for as far as the real life aspect, I appreciate the things that I was able to experience, even though it fucked me up a little bit. I'm appreciative of that.
Right, but
because it gave me, not to cut you off, but it gave me like the shit that these niggas is doing today. These niggas out here is chasing like a high. Like, you know, I ain't the toughest nigga, but you got niggas that don't come from that, chasing that lifestyle, or chasing, you know, and now it's the kids, and they don't understand the severity of what can happen, you know? Like, all this gang, like when you go to jail, dude, ain't nobody gonna put no money in your books, ain't nobody gonna write you, probably for a little bit. That shit gonna go away fast, and you gonna be in there to fend for yourself. Can't none of them homies, none of that help you.
How did that make you feel, like when you did go to jail, knowing that the situation that you were already in after your mom had gone to jail? Like, was that like a wake-up call for you?
I wasn't supposed to go to jail, so it was like damn, like I can't believe this is happening. I wasn't supposed to go to jail. A nigga, you know, but a nigga, I wasn't supposed to go to jail, man. But it was for sure a wake up call. It let me know that this shit can't happen. Like, just because you smart and you escape different situations, nigga, nobody's excluded from this shit. Nobody bigger than this shit. It can happen to you, no matter if you doing good or you doing wrong. So it was a very serious experience, but I'm glad that it did happen. It sharpened my edges and made me be on my P's and Q's a lot more, for sure. So and watch who I be around, and that's why I don't go to studios out here.
Right, you gotta watch how people move. But going back to your mom, because I love that she's such an important piece of your story, because I feel like what she instilled in you to do the damn thing, and her that she gave you that nickname to, and to see where y'all relationship is. And I wanted to touch on this because you have a song with your mama,
right?
And I think that's so fucking fire.
Yeah,
like you the first person to do it, and she go hard too. Like she really gassing off. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of mad that her verse ain't that long, because I kind of wanted her to pop her shit a little bit more. But that shit was fire as hell. What prompted you to want to do that, to put her on that record, or a record in general?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big student of the game, and I've always told myself I don't necessarily have to do too much to stand out. I just got to be myself, and I feel like that was me being myself in a sense, because like you said, my mom is a significant part of my story, and you know, she also was feeling some type of way, and I'm like, you know what, I ain't never seen no rapper in the 50-some years of hip-hop history, I've never seen no rapper make a song with his mom. Ever. You feel me? Like, you got 2 Chainz in there when I just want to make my mama proud, and then they mom is rapping their lyrics, but to get on the song with your mom, right?
She gassing on her
and she's
own.
fast.
Yeah.
It's just, and that's a song. That's another song that I feel like I should have dropped later on in life, because it's stunning. I didn't have the proper.
No, it gets people to get to know you. Like, honestly, Sharon's son is my okay. So backing all the way up, and then we'll get into it. But like, we came to know you from you being viral, dropping these freestyles. We know that you can rap your ass off. What was the first one that you realized you was like, oh, this is really possibly gonna take me to the next level? Because you dropped so many, but what one did you feel like?
Freestyle?
Yeah.
The 10 Toes Challenge is the one that got me, that like really caught fire, and that's when everybody tapped in. But
which one did you feel like on the back end? Because obviously when it goes viral, it'll go viral. But like on the back end, which one did you feel like when people started tapping in with you, that you would like? Do you feel like if it was 10 Toes, it was 10 Toes, but do you feel like it was another one that like validated like yourself?
I ain't gonna lie, it's so many. I would say either the one that Burners posted, or when I did the 25th and Dud one, just because it caught traction. So like, I dropped it on TikTok like 3 times, and they kept taking it down, and then I finally got it to stay up, and it caught fire like fast. The 25th and Dud one caught fire fast. That's what made me drop the song faster than expected, because how fast, like, you know, and right now it's sitting at almost 800,000 views on TikTok.
Okay, let's get that to 1 million, by the way.
Yeah, but that it was either that one or the one Burners posted, because the one that Burners posted, I was in a vulnerable state mentally and emotionally, and I felt like I just had to release some tension off of my heart. And it's crazy because Burners posted it, like I posted it like in the summer. Burners ended up reposting it like in the winter time, and he had said that he wanted to you know, work with me and stuff, and I honestly didn't. That's another opportunity. I feel like I don't know. I can't really say much, because I mean, it looked good on social media. We had couple conversations, but that was it. But it was a hell of an opportunity. I don't know what happened, and that's why I just made that freestyle. Like, closed mouths will never get fed. I should have said more. I feel like I was in my head too much about it, and I didn't grasp the opportunity by the horns the way I was supposed to. But them 2 freestyles for sure probably be the ones that I felt like, okay, it's here.
Okay, so you constantly drop these freestyles, and then you, like, your first full body project, like, you switch it up all the way with Love Trials. And I thought that was so smart of you to do. I'm watching you. I mean, I appreciate the rap. So I'm, you know, that's why we're here. I love rapping. But like when you drop something that the ladies can get into, rather than a song, you dropped a whole project that we can get into. So where like you're still rapping, but you're still also catering to the ladies. Like what made you want to do that switch? Or what were you going through that made you do the switch?
I mean, the title in itself, Love Trials.
So you were actually going through it.
Okay. So every song is, you know, Love Trial. Like, I never wanted to be, I try to be discreet with what I do, but I never wanted to be labeled a distinctive type of artist. And I'm very in tune with my vulnerabilities. Like, I'm in tune with my emotions. So, I did that in the sense to let these tough niggas know, like, it's okay, dude. Like, it's okay to feel. It's okay to, and a lot of dudes go through love trials, you know, and they hold on to that, you know, whether it be with your family, your girl, whatever the case may be. Even with yourself, a lot of people don't love themselves, you know. Come on. So that's a love, you know, it's a love trial. But I would honestly say, me doing that was me also showcasing that I'm not just no hard body, you know, or however they perceive me to be, you know. I have a sensitive side, and I also know that in order to win in this game, you have to grasp the attention of the ladies, the kids, ladies and the kids. If you got the ladies and the kids behind you, you win, because a nigga ain't gonna give you the credit or give you your flowers the way they supposed to. Right.
I feel like, and that's very important, and that's why I said it was very smart, because we know you from freestyle and bars, but then like I said, the ladies now we can tap in, or not even just the ladies, but like you said, guys too, like showing that that word, because I just can't. But it makes them feel comfortable too, and we get another side of you to where, you know, I want to pull up, I want to see more. What is he gonna do next? And then you come with Quarantine Baby, and then right after that, Quarantine Baby 2. Obviously, we were in a quarantine when we dropped that. So take me through the process of putting those projects together and dropping them. Like, did you already have these songs and you put them together? Were you actually recording through the quarantine? Like, how did that come about?
When the quarantine started, it's crazy because the first time that I called myself the Quarantine Baby was when I did that song with Rucci. Way before the pandemic, all of that was even came about. So then people was like, when I did that, and then I posted the little snippet of me saying that, they was like, how did you know it was going? I'm like, man, I ain't know.
No, dude,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
was gonna happen.
They talking about you a psychic and shit. Like, nah, man. It was just, you know, I guess you could say I got lucky, but Quarantine Baby was a project that I dropped or came up with in the quarantine. I was hustling hard, and I wasn't even living out here. I was living in Vegas, but I was back and forth, and I was like, that project is more or less just me going through the motions of that period of time between the end of 2019 and I would say the start of summer of 2020. That was that period of time where I just was, and that's where them songs came about. Yeah, it was.
But did you make them actually during quarantine, or like were they in the can and you said, okay, well, I'm just gonna roll out something because now everybody's sitting down? And
the songs was I actually did. I wrote six or seven of the songs in like 3 hours.
Oh wow!
I was off of Adderall. I'm be honest with you. I was off of Adderall and like but I took it because I had to stay up because I was driving. I had to drive to Vegas, so. Got there and mine was still racing, so I had a gang of beats and I just
rip.
Yeah, and I was going through it. It was a lot of shit going on at the time, like that song Program. That's a song that hit home for me because it was like, if you listen to the song, it's a lot of frustration, but it was a lot of devastation at the same time. My grandma just had open heart surgery. You know what I'm saying? My mom Christmas had just passed. They ended up trying to build a Fed case up on her on some weird shit. It was just a lot of crazy shit going on at the time, and I'm like, man, shit. And I was hustling, so I'm like, man, I ain't trying to get caught up in those situations while I'm worried about these other situations. So, yeah, the project, it held some significance, but Program for sure. That song right there for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that was like the main single that kind of took off to get people to be like, oh,
Hell
okay.
yeah, that one in House Party.
Yeah, and that was with Rucci, right?
No, House Party was by myself. Rucci, the song with Rucci was Fuck That.
Okay,
that was with
you had
Rose
somebody
Craig
else on there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is what I wanted to ask, because during that time, like, you went crazy and it's a lot of songs in those projects. Were you using your phone or was you writing with your pen?
Both.
Okay.
And sometimes I wouldn't even write. I'd just punch in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I mean, no matter what, my pen and my pad can't be fucked with. But sometimes if my energy is there, I can go based off of my energy and just project my voice into the mic, just punch in, let me just punch in, let me just punch in. Or if it's a session and, you know, it's multiple different writers in there, or we finna get busy, then I go to my phone, you know? So it's my creative process, it changes, it varies, but it's discreet.
But your go-to is the pen and pad. That's one of the things that I love about you too, being a journalist. Like, people think I'd be on the computer, but that's after I've already written it down with my pen and pad. Right. Because I feel like whatever is inside of you, it has to flow through the pen. Right. Like, when you're on your phone, it's just not the same.
It don't feel the same.
You can't jot stuff down to the side, or you can't come back to it or highlight something, or like, for me, writing is really spiritual. And that's why I have to be in the right frame of mind.
Program was written.
Really?
I wrote Program.
It sounded like it because it came through you.
Love Trials too.
See, it came through you. But that's what I love, and I feel like, from when I was listening, I feel like I can tell that on certain songs. Like, I didn't want to call you out on that, but I feel like you just write different. Like, you can tell this actually came from the pen. But you're also left-handed too, so you special. Ambidextrous, actually, myself too.
That's crazy.
I just find a lot of creative similarities that I'm like, okay, it's like, you know, and with the spiritual connection too. Like, you definitely have the eye, you definitely have the vision. I feel like you were ordained, you know, destined. You just on your way. You know, this is your journey, and this is why we're sitting down here, so people know your journey. They really know how far you've come and how far you're about to go. Right. Which brings me to Sharon Son, which is my favorite project that she did. Why did you feel, I mean, I know you said you felt like you dropped it a little bit early, but obviously there was a time where you felt like, okay, like, I'm Sharon Son, like, niggas need to know. So, like,
that's also one of my names, Sharon Son. Yeah, sure.
So how did that, like, come about that you were like, okay, at this point in my career, like, I'm gonna drop this project?
Well, those songs on those songs on that project, from Life is Hard to All Me. I was going through some on All Me, like, you can listen to certain songs. I was going through some complications with my mom, you know, but that's my best friend, so it's hard to.
Sidebar, that was it. I have a note about that, because that was really a different type of song that I liked, where you showed another versatility, because that was the first time I think you had been on auto-tune like that heavy. I was like, wait, is this a feature? Like, nah, you played around with a lot of sounds on there too.
Yeah, and that was one of them songs where, like, it wasn't for the core fans, it was for the ones that want to hear a different side of me, and that was me showcasing a different side of me. It's crazy how I wrote that song, because the hook, I came up with the hook on my way to the studio in LA, and I just was like, and I was sad, and I say, Mama, I love you to death, but it's so much pain you done caused me, and then it went from there. That project right there holds a lot of weight for me, because before I let anybody hear it, I showed it to my mom. We sat and talked about it. I chopped it up with her. We cried about it, and, you know, she's one of the people who, like, nobody's excluded from my story. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people that, like, if you played a significant role in my life, or you played a role in my story, I'm going to talk about it from my point of view, my perspective. You know what I'm saying? It might not be yours. You might not agree with it. But this is my story. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm standing on that. So, my mom, she's not excluded from nothing either. So, you know, she had her wrongdoings and her hardships, and I make sure that I unveil and I talk about that, you know what I'm saying, to get it off my chest, because it's certain things that I would never get the closure for. From my mom, from my pops, from whoever played a significant role, I never get that closure for whatever reason. You know, however they was raised, they can't get it within themselves, or however, but I gotta do, like, me doing this music shit, it's like my diary. It's my outlet. So I'm doing this shit for me. I don't give a fuck how nobody else feel. Right. And, you know, but I'm respectful about it, and, you know, like I said, I chop it up with my mom, and I let her know, and even if she don't agree with it, it's like, you gotta eat that. You gotta, you know, run with me. I'm your son. You love me, so you say, you know, and this is gonna change my life.
What's your favorite song on the project?
Off of that one? I don't know, cause Slow Me Down was hard too. It would have to be between. It's a three-way tie between. I think Life Is Hard might be my favorite joint. I cried when I did that song.
Oh really?
Yeah. I cried with All Me Too, but I really was boo-hooing with the Life Is Hard joint.
Let me see. I was gonna say, was that the no, it wasn't the opening. That was the closing. State of Mind. I thought. Well, actually, what I like about all your projects too is that, like I said, we know you from the freestyles. So when we like it and it makes us go back to press play on your albums, like every single project, that first track, I feel like, and is this intentional? Because I feel like we know who you are in that first track. Like you tell your story in the first track, every single project. Like it gives us a snapshot, and I feel like you do it very well. Is that intentional for you, or is that just kind of how stuff rolls out? 'Cause you know how some people they'll tell different stories,
right.
But yours is always your story.
Right. I would say that. Because when I was in college, I was a double major, but I would say communications played a significant role in that, because when you have to write essays, you have to be able to grasp the audience attention in the introduction. So, I would say in a sense, yeah, you come out guns blazing, and you once you got them captivated, it's like, okay, now I got you in here, I just got to close the door.
Right.
And then once I let you out, it's however you feel. The conclusion to be me letting you out, but it's me reinstating to you the beginning. So I would say, yeah, it do be intentional. I try to make sure that the first few songs that's in the beginning of the project are very cohesive for the audience. And very, very, very direct. So you know, okay, this is this and this and this. You might, within these 2 songs or 3 songs, you'll be able to tell how the rest of the project is gonna go. Right. But I got you already for 2-3 songs. So.
Right. And I like, you're right, you do that. You give us the intro, the next 2 or 3 will be cohesive, but then you will switch it up with a song or 2 and give us that extra versatility.
Right.
Maybe add another song, or if not, just close us out, and now we have a full roundabout of who you are. And not everybody can do that in every project that they drop, because sometimes it does fall flat, it does sound the same, but you definitely give us a story, but there's also those highlights in the stories. Like I want people to pay more attention to the way that you put something together, because you really, you're a writer. So you went to Cal State San Bernardino, but before you went to Cal State San Bernardino, tell the people like where you had scholarships to go, and it wasn't for sports or anything like that. It was your mind.
I had my.
And tell them what your GPA was.
When I graduated high school, I had a 3.8. I had a full ride to Howard. Stanford gave me 80%. I had a few schools, but them was the ones that really stood out, especially coming from here, because you know, I was supposed to go to Howard, but my mom ended up having my little brother, and we don't got the same dad, so his dad ended up going to jail, and he was fighting life because he was a third striker, but he was innocent. And it's crazy because, you know, they say when you do bad, karma come back when you least expect it, whatever case may be. And I felt like that was that, but you know, that man was innocent. I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got the best relationship, but he was innocent. And I watched my mom start going like down another dark path. When she went to jail the first time, she was strung on opioids. This time it was liquor. And I mean, like, every day she'll wake up. Escape. Yeah, she stressed out. She got 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in high school, and I'm transitioning finna go to college and shit. So she trying to make sure I'm straight, but she got a newborn. And my little sister was in the middle. She left to, you know what I'm saying, try to low-key fend for herself at the particular time. So I felt like me staying here was mandated because I needed my mom. I needed to be certain that my mom was straight. And I needed to be here to help her. So, you know, everything happens for a reason. I'm be honest with you, if I'd have went to Howard, I probably wouldn't have been doing music. Really? I wouldn't have been doing music. I'd have been running track or playing ball. And I'd have been something else. But, you know, they say God works in mysterious ways. And
yeah.
I mean, we here.
Definitely.
I guess this is the way I was supposed to tell my story. Man.
But I feel like that's really commendable that you stayed, because I feel like you also didn't want your brother and sister to go through what you had to go through, because you, by that time, I mean, you obviously, you in high school, you was getting money, you was doing, like, you was able to fend for yourself at that point. But
when, yeah, because not to cut you off, but when my mom, when Yeah, when my little sister, my little brother dad went to jail, Envy was 10. Cause Ashton was, they 10 years apart. So yeah, I was her age when my mom went to jail the first time. And it was the situation was way worse. Like being homeless and all that kind of shit and just being house to house, and it was a fucked up experience, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but that's really commendable and shows your capacity to love. Because I'm gonna be honest, not a lot of people can go through what you went through, especially with their mama, and still be cool with their mama. You know, they have a chip on their shoulder. They be just off their mama, talking about, they be on some Eminem shit. Like,
I for sure got a chip on my shoulder, but
I mean, but you still have a relationship with your mom. You understand, you have the empathy to understand what she went through, why she did what she did. Still, you know, obviously feeling away because you have to go through some stuff, but you still have a relationship with her. Like, you still love your mama. You share a son. You get what I'm saying? And not everybody has that type of capacity to love like that. Like, even if it is their mama. So I feel like that's really commendable, and like just everything that you've gone through. Like, you haven't let anything break you. Like, everything living out here, everything that you've been through has told you, like, dude, you ain't supposed to be doing this. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna get it. And you're still fighting. You're still making waves. Like, I feel like that's also the story right there of triumph that people don't talk about on their journey, and you do, which sets you apart and makes you really special, because you are the concrete. I mean, the rose that's coming. I don't know what's harder than concrete, y'all. Is anything harder than concrete?
Granite.
You the rose from granite with some concrete sprinkled on that bitch. Like, you're not supposed to have hope. You're not supposed to dream, but you do. But you're making noise. And I see you, and I see you on your way. Like, this is the journey. This is what's gonna build you to when you do get there. And I feel like you've already had those solidifications along the way.
I done been tapped in with a few people. Stevie J, Warren, E40, Burners, Snoop. A lot of people done tapped in with me. And, I mean, even on the social media aspect, you got, you know, like the Dracos, the Ruchis, the Mozzis, the YGs, damn near everybody then you feel me, I didn't came across them, but the people who genuinely reached out, like Warren G, shout out to him. Yeah, Stevie, shout out to him. And those were some very humbling experiences. Like, I was able to soak up a lot of game and get a taste of what the life that I'm
about to experience
is right now. So yeah, it was a beautiful experience with all of those people. E40 too, like, you know, a lot of these dudes got some hella
we at the shop, y'all.
some hella good charisma and energy, man. And you know, just to be able to bask in the ambience and share the room with the artists that I grew up watching and grew up listening to, like E40, my Ghetto Report Card was one of my favorite projects growing up. You know, the Dog Pound with Snoop, and for him to know me by name, you know what I'm saying, when I got introduced to him, and it wasn't like oh, what's up, little dude? It was like, I did my research, cuz you hard, like, what's up, Duda? Like,
you knew who you was.
That was a very humbling experience, probably one of the best experiences I ever had in my life with this music shit. That and smoking with him, like, got high as shit. But
how many blunts did y'all smoke?
Man, he's different, bro. Like, that shit is not even cool. Like, we smoked, like, no bullshit. He sparked 12 blunts. After like the 6th blunt, he told me before he sparked them. Because Warren told him, was like, yeah, cuz, he was like, the little nigga want to smoke with you. Like, so I'm like, yeah, we in the back, you know what I'm saying, before the show, and he had like a box of King Louis blunts with the glass tip on them. Oh. And then he had a personal roller that was rolling up too. And he just got the spark in him. And he was like, whenever you get the one that you like the most, you keep that one, but keep passing the other ones.
Also, y'all was trying strains too.
Man, he got the sparking. After like the 6th blunt, I found one. I'm like, I like this. And you feel me? I kept that one, but the rest of them I kept passing. After I got to like, my blunt was probably like a roach. My eyes was closed. I was up, but my eyes was closed. I was like this. You know what I'm saying? And they was laughing at me. They were, look at the little nigga, cuz, like, we keep going. I couldn't even open my eyes. I was cooked, but it was a beautiful experience. I ain't gonna lie, that was tight. Went to the strip club, threw some money with Dash Dillinger, you know. Met Corrupt, met all of the people that I grew up listening to. It was a beautiful experience to meet them and for them to show me the gratitude that they did and welcome me with open arms. It was a hell of an experience. It just, I feel like I could have executed more on my end, you know, as an artist, as far as networking and connecting with people instead of thinking like, oh, this is it. I was young, but still, me, you know, them opportunities don't come around often. So you gotta grasp, like I told you earlier, you gotta grasp the opportunity by the horns. And if you don't, you know what I'm saying, it could be, I'm just blessed that I got a talent that can help me soar to those environments again. But it's still hard for me. So if you ever get them opportunities,
opportunities, to me, you may not execute every opportunity that's given to you. Obviously, that's the hope, but you still take something away in the lesson. So when you do get that next opportunity, you already know what to do with it. Because really think about it, how are you really going to know what to do with an opportunity if you didn't fumble one before?
Right. Yeah. The same thing with money. Like you got to fuck up a couple bags.
Right. To realize, okay, like I need a budget, or maybe I don't need that, or let me pick this up. Like, you know, it's life. But like you said, you have a talent that's gonna you're learning them lessons, you're taking it in, and you have a talent that's gonna continue to get you to those doors. But I did want to ask, because I know that when Snoop gets in the studio, depending on the vibe, like he will drop game with some artists. Like, what's some game that he gave you that you know you still have with you today?
And we wasn't even in the studio. We was in the what's that called? In the room, in the backstage, in the shows. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, like the dressing room. Green room.
Green room, yeah, the green room. He just told me, like, all else fails, you gotta keep going. That's the you gotta keep going. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between consistency and persistence. Consistency is doing something, but persistence is doing it when you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Even when you don't got the energy, you don't got the financial backing, whatever the case may be, just keep going. He told me that, like, niggas is on you. Niggas see you, cause I see you. And for him to say that, cause he got damn near what, like 20-something million followers on Instagram or some shit.
Oh, but Snoopy tapped in.
He tapped in. He tapped in. So
Snoop, we gotta get Duda on one of them collab albums that you do. Yeah, we gotta do that.
But you never know who watching.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you gotta always represent yourself as if you're a business. You're your biggest investment. You're a walking investment. So if you a building and one day you ain't having a good day, you on fire and shit, ain't nobody gonna come in that motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be able to detach the off-course shit with the shit that you trying to do or pursue, and until you get there, you can't really like let this contain you. You can't let the off-course shit contain you, because that's how there's so many people that have talent, Miss Dixon, especially out here, that succumb to their circumstances or the struggles of being out here or just not having the proper opportunity, or like we go back to getting that opportunity and fucking it up and never getting that opportunity again, and
or being scared to try again.
Right,
like,
for sure. People do be scared to fail, especially out here.
Be ruined. Like,
people be scared to fail out here because it's like we already low. So it's like I don't want to fall lower than what I'm already is, and then I really can't get back up.
But it's like, but if you ain't got nowhere else to go,
all you got to do is go up.
Yeah, you all
know what I'm saying?
Up, yeah.
And that's how I look at it every day. I look at every day like it's a new day for me to go up.
And that's what I was gonna ask you, is like, how do you keep your mind right? Like, how do you keep that hope and keep on going? Like, is it like outside of the music? Because obviously, music is a gateway of therapy to release that. But like, when you wake up, like, do you do mantras? Like, do you meditate? Do you pray? Like, what?
Every day I wake up, I pray. I pray hard. You know what I'm saying? Every night that I go to sleep, I pray. I make sure that I get a word with God before I go to sleep and before I get my day started. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in my grandpa was, I got him tatted right here. He was a deacon, man, all of the whole nine in the church. But it's questions that I have that I don't question God, but I do question religion because it's different. So I don't I don't believe in all of the religions, but I believe in God. As long as I got a good relationship with God, I'm straight. But as I wake up every day, I got it tatted on my chest, trust your struggle. You know what I'm saying? I let my struggles be my motivation.
You said stretch?
Struggle.
Stretch your struggle?
No, trust your struggle.
Oh, trust.
Trust your struggle. I got it tatted on right here. I let my struggles be my reason to keep going. You know what I'm saying? You wake up, I don't want to keep waking up to this shit. I don't want to keep waking up and having to walk out the house with my guard up and my gun on my hip because I don't know if somebody gonna do something to me and I ain't did nothing to nobody. I don't want to be, you know, and I know motherfuckers like that I went to school with that's walking up and down these streets right now. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the nigga that almost made it or the nigga that could have made it but didn't apply enough pressure or didn't put enough work in. So every day I trust my struggle and I tell myself like, you just can't lay down. Like I'm not finna lay down and just I can't.
Right.
I'm sorry. And I don't give a fuck what sacrifice I gotta make in order for it to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, you have a bar, you say a line like that. You say, I'll go Grim Reaper on the Grim Reaper. No, it's two then. You say I go
program.
Program. I go Grim Reaper on the Grim Reaper, and then you say, I don't give a fuck, I'll lose a limb. I said, come on, dude, that's what I'm talking about. What song was that?
That's Program.
It's Program too?
My white boy sniffed the pal, but he tell you he got a nose cold. That's not how I get down, but producing that nigga stone cold. I tell him that's on him. He ain't bent around the brim. He still with me in his gym. He know I'm trying to touch him. Hey, my patience is a virtue, but for this I break a limb. Hey, for this I'm breaking in. Hey, for this I make it dim. I made weather with Goliath. I'd invade Zim. I Grim Reaper the Grim Reaper. What part don't you understand? Yeah, make it put it in my pocket.
That spoke to me because like when you're chasing any dream in general, but especially in this industry, like you gonna go through it, and it's like what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to put on the line? What has been, I guess, your biggest sacrifice to date, like doing this?
I can't apologize enough for the graduations, the promotions, the birthdays that I done missed, the all of that. That's light, like, and it's not light because it's big, but at the same time it's light because it's like it's been things that people miss for me. You know, I done had shows where it wasn't nobody in the motherfucking crowd, but it's people that supposedly love me and but I don't take it to heart. I used to, but I don't take it to heart because everybody got their own life. But when it's my turn, it's my turn. And like I said, I'm willing to sacrifice. So if I gotta miss your birthday or whatever the case may be, and if that's gonna break our relationship, then it never was genuine.
Right.
Because it's, like I said, there's people that ain't came to none of my shit. I still talk to them every day. I still got the same love for them.
What would you be willing to sacrifice?
I mean, I ain't gonna sell my soul, but I tell my family, I done told my girl at the time, I done told everybody, like, if you with me, just I promise you, it's gonna make sense at the end. But if I gotta get looser, you know, if I'm moving at a pace and you not moving with me, I'm not finna keep reaching down to close the gap because it's doing more damage holding on than letting go.
Right.
So that's just what it is, and that's what everybody like. I love my people, and you know, if I can come back and get you, then that's what it be. But if our relationship is gonna die right here because of me trying to pursue something and change my circumstances in a sense to where I can help the people around me and change their circumstances, then it is what it is. Right. Real shit.
Somebody gotta make it out to come back.
Come on. Yeah. And if we all here trying to help each other, that's like, nigga, if we all in the ocean drowning, motherfucker, how am I gonna help you get to shore if I'm under you?
If I'm drowning, we both gonna die.
Nigga,
right.
I gotta go grab a lifeboat, something like just, and if you ain't trying to help, nigga, if you ain't gonna paddle your feet, then stay your ass right here.
I'll be back.
Hopefully you ain't dead yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not like that, but real shit, bro. Like, we all got,
somebody gotta make it.
You feel me? And you gotta want better for yourself just as much as I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It can't just be, oh, well, I'm gonna wait till Duda make it and then just ride his coattail till he make it. And you know what I'm saying? Because then what if I don't? Then what you gonna say?
Yeah, you can't base your
what the
success
fuck?
on somebody else's success, right?
Come on, so you gotta, like, you feel me? I'm trying to put my cameraman, I'm trying to put everybody that's around me in position, but y'all gotta work with me. You know what I'm saying? Do your, not just focus on me, but do your own shit in your own time. But when we come together, let's get it done. Like, that's it. Right. That's it. And if you can't contribute to what's going on, you know what I'm saying? No hard feelings. Sit, you know what I'm saying? Sit tight or move around. You know what I'm saying? Figure something out. I don't want nobody around me that's being stagnant. You contingent and you comfortable with contingency, get the fuck away from me. I don't care who you is. My mom, my grandma, my girl, my cousins, whoever. That's because what does that get you? What does that got us? Then it's always motherfuckers who oh, you should do this, you should do this. How the fuck you gonna tell me what I should do and you ain't did it?
Right.
Why you here telling me that?
Right.
Why I ain't trying to figure out how to get in touch with you?
Right. Or when we go into these rooms, how come I don't see you there?
Come on. So I mean, I'm not, you know, that when I get to getting talking like that, that's when people are, oh well, he can't, he's too controversial or he's too aggressive, we can't do, and it's like, I'm not new to nothing. I'm passionate about this shit, and it's like, I don't just look at it as, oh well, you feel me? This can change lives for generations if it's done right. You know what I'm saying? It's a bigger picture. It's always bigger than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's always bigger than you.
And I feel like that's when you realize that's when you'll start to get more success. Like when you take yourself out of it, or you're just giving it as a release or giving it so somebody else can have it. Like
this shit is personal. Don't get it wrong, Miss Dixon. This shit is personal. Right. But there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger picture. So the shit that I'm doing, like the positive outlook or the legacy that I'm trying to leave behind, it ain't just for me. It's for the next dude that's coming up and he living with his grandma or going through the motions, or the next, you know what I'm saying, Zay Press play, he got a cameraman, but he working with an artist that's going through the same shit. It's like, I want, especially from here, I want these kids to understand, like, this nigga really came from nothing. Right. And he was able to do it. I got grown people who tell me, like, dude, like, you were inspiration because, nigga, you doing shit like, nigga, you got courage to do it. Like, I went out the country. It's niggas that ain't never left San Bernardino. I went to Indonesia, and then I went to South Korea.
Oh. What was that like?
Hell yeah, beautiful experience. But those is bucket list things that I had as a kid that I told myself I wanted to do. As I got older, I'm coming across all this cash, or I'm, you know, money is accessible. Why am I gonna keep spending my thousands of dollars here bullshitting, $1,000 shoes, this, that, and the third, when I could take a trip and enjoy myself with this shit on? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep seeing the same people. Right. I want to go somewhere where the water different. You know what I'm saying? They talk different. You know what I mean? That shit was beautiful. And I encourage everybody to take a trip, travel, see something different, so you get a different outlook on life. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we go through our struggles, and nobody's perfect, but we got the luxury, like right now, Ms. Dixon, we can go outside, get one of them cars and go get some McDonald's or some food. In Bali, they got a whole family of 5 on a moped. And that's their only transportation. Everybody else, and there ain't no street signs and stop lights and shit like that. Everybody everywhere all at once. You know what I'm saying? And it's 8-year-old kids, 9-year-old kids that ain't never seen a pair of Jordans and shit. All they know is Bintang, sir. They know you're a tourist, so all we know how to do is cook this good ass food and build these sculptures for this temple. Real life. And it make you appreciate the things that you have. Like, bro, I got on carrots, I got on design. You know what I'm saying? These other kids they have never seen this shit. They in the jungle. Miss Dixon, it's like, that's why I encourage people to travel. Go see somebody else's circumstances so you can appreciate yours. Right, you can ground yourself, humble yourself. Come on. I know everybody say, don't humble, but sometimes you gotta humble yourself. Yeah, or go travel to get motivated. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's people that ain't even been out their city. And they die here. Yeah. They die here. I know motherfuckers that ain't never seen outside of Las Vegas. They die here. I don't want to be that type of person. I don't want to be a nigga that could have did or should have did all of these things and didn't do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? You standing at the edge. The pool is right there. The only thing standing in between you and that pool is you jumping. Your fear. Now, I tell everybody that. Fear is on the... It's gonna make or break you. Everything you want is on the other side. It's gonna make or break you. I tell people, like, nigga, growing is an uncomfortable thing, Miss Dixon. Very uncomfortable. But when you hit puberty, you knew your knees was hurting. You had nipples in your titties. Your voice was cracking, but you knew you were growing. Mm-hmm. At the end of it all, you knew you were going somewhere higher. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta rectify that. Like, and a lot of people can't because we so surrounded by negativity, poverty, and despair. Like, it's hard to have this kind of mindset. I can't talk to people like this out here about this kind of shit because then they look at me like, oh, you think you better than me. Hell, Nigga, if I'm sitting here telling you about it, it can happen. You can do it too.
Right.
And they, oh, nigga, you think you better than you, so what, nigga, I went to. And it's like, bro, it's not a competition.
Right.
But that's where we live at, crab in the bucket. Crabs out of
they think when
crabs in
you're
the
trying
bucket
to bring back the
type.
game, you looking down on them, and it's like, no, I'm really trying to give it to you so we can all get on, because if you stronger, then I'm stronger. You know, what does Jay-Z say? If everybody's each other's crutches, like, how we gonna
fall.
lose? Right.
So, you know, and that's why I keep a lot of shit to myself. It's a sense of frustration because it's a lot of people I care about, but they don't care about themselves as much.
Would you remember AIM and like ASL? What does ASL stand for?
ASL?
A/S/L. Like when you was on AIM and you would instant message somebody.
Away?
Huh?
Yo, away?
No, not your away message. Like when you finally get in the chat and you start talking, like your first introduction, they'd be like ASL. What's ASL? So you too young.
Ooh, what's that? What's ASL?
There you go. Age, sex, location.
That sounds like some motherfucking dating app shit. I went from a chirp to a sidekick. I missed that part. It was a chirp, then it was AIM, and then
Chirp had instant messages.
yeah, that's what I had. Chirp.
Yeah, like this was before all of that. Like when you dial up. Your name, of course, Dudadamthang, but if you feel like disclosing your actual name.
Da Vinci.
Okay, so name, age, 25. Sex, obviously you're a male. Location, San Bernardino. Your birthday?
September 25th.
Your sign?
Libra.
Favorite color?
Purple.
Food or drink? Food and drink.
My favorite food, I mean, I can't specify it. I love a home cooked meal though. I love a home cooked meal.
But what kind? Like soul food?
Soul food.
Okay.
But I don't discriminate because you know, I love a good abuela pozole. You know,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So those are the top two.
I say soul food and Mexican food.
Okay.
Soul food and Mexican food.
Favorite drink?
Liquor?
What kind of liquor?
Oh, you talk about regular drink or liquor?
Oh, both.
My favorite regular drink be either Lipton tea or a Sprite or some water. But liquor, Bel Air, Duce,
Oh, okay. Never mind.
the Duda.
Okay. Favorite song?
Right now or all time?
Both. I was just gonna say that.
And man, you making it hard for me, like, cause there's so many different.
Well,
like
we
I
wanna
got
get to know
R&B.
you. Like,
I got the R&B
okay,
favorite
so
song.
do favorite hip hop, favorite R&B, third if you have a different genre that you listen to.
Okay.
But also I need an overall, like, this is my favorite song. Like play this shit at my funeral type thing. Like this is the song that I want. That's not yours, but this is the song I want y'all to play to remember me. Like that's my favorite song.
Okay, well R&B, I'm gonna go female R&B. Mary J. Blige, Be Without You.
Okay.
That's my shit. Male R&B, I can't even give R. Kelly that credit because he.
It's okay. Like I feel like we passed that conversation. Like what's the song?
It's either R. Kelly, Feeling on Your Booty, or Jagged Edge, Walked Out of Heaven.
That's my favorite song. Oh my gosh, I love Walked Out of Heaven. They so underrated.
What? That's a banger.
Okay, so that's R&B, hip hop.
R&B. Now hip hop, lady hip hop, Missy Elliott.
What song?
I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. It's yours, man, flanky. Come on, yeah. Shower toe. Male. Wayne, that's my favorite artist, but favorite song, I don't know, cause it's a few. Like I grew up on Eminem, I'ma Kill You, Lil Wayne, Hustler's Music.
Stop naming them. You gotta pick one. Pick one.
I gotta say them out loud so I can.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I feel like you're trying to give extra.
Jay-Z,
answer.
30s the new 20s. That's a banger. Damn, you just made it hard for me. This is crazy. Juicy by Biggie.
Okay, we'll leave that open. I'll
leave that one open.
I'll let you come back to it. Okay, so your favorite rapper though?
Wayne.
Okay.
Wayne.
Your favorite producer?
Mine nice or major.
So actually, let's actually go back. So to favorite rapper, Wayne overall, who's your favorite rapper right now outside of yourself? Like who's kind of newer?
Rex Life Raj. I've been fucking with him. That's my dude.
Okay.
I've been fucking with him for a couple years now, but him,
Just one. And
Rex
it's your
Life Raj.
shine.
Rex Life Raj.
Okay. Favorite producer?
I can't even name that one. It's a couple of them. Cause like you gotta
pick one. Who's okay? When I'm doing process elimination, I always think, because obviously you have favorites, but who has the most of like your favorite songs or body of works or artists that they've worked with?
I don't know, cause back in the days they was on that. They was on that.
Hard.
And I ain't even mentioned that DMX is gonna be okay. That was my fuck, bro.
Yep.
Tripping. DMX one of my favorite artists too. But
We'll give that to him and Wayne.
all right. I would say cause Scott Storch was cold.
Them keys.
What? But Battle Cat, you feel me? It's like, it's what? Like, it's hits. It's
What's
niggas with
that?
hits, man. So I don't know, man.
Okay, top two.
You is the main nigga across the world, bro.
Who, Drake?
Quick. DJ.
Quick was a nigga. Quick was a nigga. Quick was a
I'm gonna be
nigga.
quiet.
Quick was a
But
nigga.
Quick was that nigga for
Quick
sure.
was for sure.
For sure. I mean, him and Battle Cat at the
Battle
same,
Cat
like,
was-
Warren G. Like,
Come on.
come on.
Got more
But that's what I told him to base it off. Like
That's
who
what I was
has
trying to think,
most
like-
of, what you like.
I was trying to think, like, cause it's a lot of. That's why I said it's a lot of niggas.
Duda,
Dixon. It's a
Pick
lot of
one.
niggas. I grew up on all of these
We
dudes.
done starved now. I ain't asking you what you want to eat because we done starved. We don't even know what we gonna eat now.
All right, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go West Coast Battle Cat.
Okay, boom. Okay, now somebody newer. A newer producer.
Ooh.
I'll give you an out. That's outside of your main three producers that you already work with.
All right. Fuck, what's that dude name? Damn, I can't think of his name. That shit is fucking me up. Damn, that's
What did
crazy.
he produce?
But hit, yeah, but hit. I'm gonna work with
you
hit.
know because
I'm
y'all
gonna
from
work
the
with
IE.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna manifest that.
No, we gonna do that. Mm-hmm.
Energy Hard from Detroit on my mama. I like that. Like when he give me in my 25th and Dud bag, like where I can shit talk. Energy Hard.
Energy. One. Okay. Energy. I'm gonna have to do some research on that too.
He did all the Rio shit.
All of who?
Rio the Young OG.
I'm gonna have to do some homework.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to admit when I gotta do some homework. Y'all tap in and let me know. Favorite movie?
The Up and Smoke tour.
You can't do that.
Why I
This
can't?
can't be because it's not a movie.
That was a movie.
I mean, it was a movie, but it was a tour.
That was a movie.
All right, okay, maybe
Okay,
I'm
a real movie. All right.
Okay, that's
A movie that a comfort movie for me that I can watch, go to sleep any time of the day. Friday.
okay.
Friday.
Because I was like, that's a concert.
Yeah.
But I'll give that to you because for me, Beyonce experience is everything.
But
So
I was a
live,
kid.
yeah.
My mama had that on DVD. Right, I grew up watching that. Like I can't wait to. This is what I want to do. Before I was even able to. I was watching Snoop and them. Like that shit. It's crazy because I didn't realize it till I got a little older. But this is really like what I was supposed to. This is my calling. This music shit is my calling.
That was like
I've been watching them since before I can walk. Like the Up and Smoke tour and that Cash Money movie. Them was the first two movies when I was a kid that I was just like, put that on. Like put that on. I don't want to watch nothing else. Fuck it. Is that what it was called? When at the end when they was running and it ended with them running from the police? Hell yeah.
Baller blocking?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Your favorite holiday?
Besides 25th and Dud Day?
Besides 25th and Dud Day.
I would say Christmas or Thanksgiving, just because even when, you know, families ain't, you know, all the way cool and everything like that, it brings a sense of peace and it brings people together, a sense of unity. So I would say Thanksgiving or Christmas, and a nigga can eat good.
And what?
A nigga can eat good.
Come on.
Good eats.
What do you think you eat better on though, Chris? Because I feel like in the black community, like the food is almost the same on those holidays. But like, is there something that y'all do different where you prefer like the food on one holiday other than another?
I don't know. My family, it varies because, you feel me, I'm making trips to different houses. I need that from that.
I need to plate over here, plate over here.
But Thanksgiving is more like, you know, the traditional turkeys, you know, family might fandangle some, make a couple roasts or, you know, throw something different in there. But every Christmas leading up to like, cause you eat again on New Year's too. So like that whole
the food is different.
New Year's, I'm getting some good gumbo.
Depending on I was gonna say, depending on your traditions, it might just be gumbo or black eyed peas or something like that. From what I've seen, we're not really having that on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Christmas is like, you might get it.
Yeah, maybe,
you might get it. But I'm about to say January. New Year's, for sure, gumbo and pozole. I'm getting those two for sure, some tamales, no cap.
Not together though, you're not eating them together, like
what?
Separate. Oh wow, your taste buds going crazy. Okay, something you love to do, like outside of music, like outside of being at the studio, you'll forever want to do it, no matter how you feel, what day it is. Like this is something that I love to do outside of music.
I like relaxing and watching movies, but I like shooting my guns.
Okay.
So, I mean, I was gonna say, cause I be, you know, playing ball and shit and doing all of that, but like I was, you know, with the homies and, you know, little pickup games and shit, but I would say either shooting, but it's a lot of hobbies I haven't done yet that I want to do, like fishing.
Okay, so that's actually my next question, is something on your bucket list, or give us some things on your bucket list.
Some more traveling I'm doing. I'm going to Santorini. I want to go to Santorini. I'm going to Honduras.
Food gonna be good there, I heard.
Yeah.
From what I heard.
I want to go to London too. Those are the things that this next year and a half, 2 years, I'm gonna be doing. But far as like hobbies go, I want to go skydiving.
Okay.
I do want to go fishing. And I want to have a big ass.
Fishing would look good on you.
Yeah. It's a man thing. It's like.
No, well, yes, but like not for every man. But I feel like.
I used to fish. My grandpa died though, so.
Oh, okay.
That or. Yeah, I like working out too though. You know what I'm saying? I got a fast metabolism, so I can work out for a week and be buff as shit. Let me not work out one day. I look like I done smoked some shit, like, and I hate that. But yeah, those are the things that I plan on, like, you know, doing. I want to venture off and start trying to do other things, because the music, I'm always do music for the rest of my life, like, cause I love it. But I want to use the music as a platform to venture off. I want to do movies. Try to get into acting, because I got a charismatic energy.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to showcase that. I also want to start a label. I want to start my own label. So I know for sure I give somebody the opportunity to do this shit. And just, you know, start doing things around the community. I want to do somewhere. It's community based, but it's business oriented too. So you can't just come and parlay. Like, you got to come and actually work. Like how what's the name got 1500 Academy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. You feel me? But multiple different ventures inside of one conglomerate of building. You know. So, and like I said, give opportunity. I'm gonna make sure I get back to my community for sure.
Best advice that you've gotten in life, and it doesn't have to pertain to the industry, but if it does. And who did that advice come from?
A few people that gave me some cold advice. I'm gonna start with Rock. Shout out to Rock. He said, and it was raw. He said, "Don't nobody owe you nothing, Duda, and you don't owe nobody shit." And it's that cleared up a lot for me because I felt the sense of entitlement from, you know, my parents or people that so-called family members that didn't look out for me or didn't do something for me when my mom was, you know, incarcerated or whatever the case may be. And even up until now, like with the music shit, like, you know, I got this far like damn near by myself. So then it's like, oh, now people want to reach out, but when I needed it, then nobody wanted. So it's like it helped me clear up a lot of shit. Like, you don't owe nobody shit, don't nobody owe you shit. So if somebody do something for you, you know what I'm saying, whether they try to hang it over your head or, you know, they say they do it out the kindness of their heart, don't let that eat you up inside. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your pride eat you up inside to where because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a very prideful person because of that. Like,
yeah, and you say that in your song too. The only thing you gonna know about me is what I give you or what I write.
I'm very proud. Like, I don't, and I'm people consider me an open book, but I'm not. Like, all the shit that I put out, it's like, this is me, but you can go get this information from somebody that knows me or that's close to me, or, you know, some of it, but not all of it. But I don't owe nobody shit, don't nobody owe me shit. So if we doing something, you know, I appreciate you if I do it for you, you know what I'm saying? But use people because they gonna use you. And that's just how it is. I don't give a fuck what genuine or not.
And that's really
you
business in general. It has to be beneficial. We both have to be getting something like out of it.
Right.
I mean, not all the time, but like.
But that's most definitely the world we live in. And then shout out to Salas, you know.
Salas.
Yeah, Salas is, you know, that's a very good dude. Very good dude.
Very good dude to have in your corner for sure.
And, you know, even with all the game that he's bestowed upon me.
Yeah, what's your best Salas gem?
He cleared a lot of shit up for me with this one too. He said, you gotta look at yourself like Kobe, Duda. He said, you gotta have the mama mentality. He said, so you're gonna shoot. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Every shot's not gonna go in, but you gotta keep shooting, Duda. He said every song's not gonna be a hit. The songs that you might think a hit might not be the one to go, but you gotta keep shooting. You know what I'm saying? And he like that. It's simple as that, because he was like, Kobe is in the top 5 in NBA history for most missed shots, but he's also in the top 5 for most made points.
Come on.
So when he said that, it was just like all this shit I'm holding on to, like, and let that shit out. Whether I got the right rollout for it or what, the music is there.
Right.
So they'll be able to say, okay, maybe he need more help with the marketing and the promo, but the content is there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want my music to get short-lived.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Miss Dixon. So that's why I've been holding on to it and trying to figure out. I've been dropping, but I've been trying to figure out how do I get my music, like you said, heard by the right people. Right. Because my social media presence is there. I just want to now learn how to convert the followers and the social media people to listeners, right, and actual fans. So,
and then buyers of merchandise and things like that. But I feel like you definitely got the groundwork. Like, you're letting your story be known. You're getting it out there. Like I said, every project is consistent. Like, with that, like, I know who you are, and it's like, now I want to know where you're gonna go next. But we're gonna talk about that because we still on this. What's the last book that you read?
The last book that I read was Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I had to go back to read that because, like, I felt like in a great space mentally with creativity and just where I was. And that book, it gave you a sense of realization, but also coming to, like, okay, it might be like this right here, but it's not like that over there. Because, you know, his dad had the mindset of I can't, or it's too much. But his friend's dad had the mindset of how can I? What can I do too? You know what I'm saying? So it helps me being out here and so many I can'ts, so many I don't got, or you know what I'm saying? So much negativity that I'm able to lock in with myself and be like, well, I can't right now, but I will be able to, or how can I? You know what I'm saying? How can I get away from this can't? You know what I'm saying? So I've been just trying to replace all of the negatives with positives, or at least compromises that move towards a positive way.
Right, or different perspective on it rather than I can't. Which, shout out to DJ Head, by the way. He was just naming, first of all, he was spinning so much game that like he just didn't have to. He actually let people on the live.
Him and Salas is like, they kind of like
Head.
Crazy, like
but
how they know shit.
Off a name of books, like, because you know he's in his transition and he's doing his own thing now and stuff. So he was just giving us a list of books that he's using on his journey that he's tapping in with, and it was like maybe like 9 or 10 books, and I wrote them motherfuckers down because I'm like, okay, because he was spitting game from the books too. And then I posted it, he reposted it, but I felt like that's, people forget to read first of all, but they also forget that you don't have to figure out by yourself. Somebody else has been through it, so there's tools, there's things that you can enrich your mind with to help you like see those different perspectives and things. So thank you for also giving me like a little synopsis, because I bought the book but I haven't started it yet. I got the audio book, but that was one of the books on his list for sure. But go ahead, what's your story?
DJ Head, when I met him, I met him and Salas at the same time formally through my boy Ice. Shout out to my engineer Ice, but he had told me some shit and I was just like, that was crazy how he said that. Like how he said that. He was like, you gotta treat, he said, I look at life like a bus. He said, everybody's on the bus, but everybody's getting off at different stops. You know what I'm saying? And he said, everybody's not going where you're going, you know? Some people's stops might look more inviting and more better for the time being than yours, but that you can't get off on that stop because it's gonna slow you down, and you might miss the next bus that come. It might not never come again. That go back to that opportunity we was talking about. So he was like, you got to stay on your journey and you got to stay on the bus until it's your stop. And when you get off at your stop, execute. And I ain't gonna lie, that was like, I'm like, and he did it with that face.
Yeah, right. He just be looking like it's nothing.
Yeah, like
it's something that you probably should have thought of, but it's like, come on, Head. Like, but a piece of advice that I've taken from him too, that I when I look at my journey, is we're always thinking so linear, but he always says you need to think backwards. Like, what's your address when it's done, and then find the things that you need to do that'll get you to that address. And I was like, I mean, and that's why he probably gives the face, because you think like, oh, that's so simple, but that's so true. We're so focused on what's in front of us. Like, if you start to work backwards, and those things will pour into your journey anyway. So shout out Head and Salas. Next, what does success mean and or look like to you? And it doesn't have to just be the music.
Success to me is when you've reached a certain point in your life where you can start to teach somebody else. Because you're going to always be, to be a great leader is to be a great student. So you're going to always learn for the rest of your life. But success to me would be like the father of the Waynes.
Okay.
How he left that blueprint, and in the midst of him leaving that blueprint, he helped his children and their children achieve to get to that milestone.
What's success outside of the music though? Like no music, just like in your personal life, like what does that look like? Or what is that?
Being able to comfortably raise your kids, being able to live comfortably, period. Being able to live with that freedom and comfortably. Okay. You ain't really got nothing to worry about.
Okay. And what do you
No worries, Hakuna Matata.
Right, Hakuna Matata. Please, never mind, let me be quiet. You should do a Hakuna Matata bar. I don't know why. What do you want the world to remember about Duda? Like when all is said and done, like no matter what happens, like you said, you're laying your blueprint or your journey. Like what do you want, what's the main takeaway that you want people to get? Like when we sit, people sitting talking about you like, oh, Duda, what do you want that to be?
I want them to know that little nigga never gave up. Through it all. I don't care however the story pan out, however my legacy turns out, I want everybody to know that he never gave up. I never gave up. I stood tall. When the game stood tall, I stood taller. I was courageous enough to never give up, and I was faced with a lot of adversity, and I overcame a lot of the obstacles. I never gave up.
Okay. I agree. We talked about where you've been. Let's talk about where you're about to go and what you're doing now. So you just dropped a new single with Big Sad, Spiked Christians. It's the first single off of your project that you're soon to drop. So tell us about the project that's about to come and why you chose this single.
Well, the project is called Stand on Business, Hustle Sold Separately. And the reason that I chose this single off the project is because I've been following Big Sad for a minute, you know. He ain't been doing music that long, but his hustle has been relentless with this shit, you know. And that's very admirable, you know. It's very admirable, especially from an artist to another artist. You know, a lot of artists can't give another artist commemoration or the kudos that, you know. So
the camaraderie of the sport.
And you know, I respect his pen, you know, and money talk bullshit, walk them out. So, you know, people be locked in. They're like, oh man, we need to work with you, but I don't give a fuck who you talking to. Money talk bullshit, walk them out. So if I pitch $1 to you, it'll get done. And I felt like that was what needed to be done to be executed. Like I said, stand on business. You know what I'm saying? The hustle sold separately. So it coincides, and the song is also a sample of one of my favorite.
I was gonna get into that and ask you who produced it.
Man, Manny Fresh, you know, and it's that that Still Fly joint, and people who are really music connoisseurs to be able to identify that, and that was something that held weight for me because I'm like, man, like that took me back to, like I just told you, watching Lil Wayne and them grow up and shit, and I'm like, yeah, so that was that. The storyline behind the project is simple as the title, Stand on Business, you know.
Okay, and how many songs is it gonna be? Are there any other features?
It's 7 songs.
Okay.
It's another feature. It's the homie DJ, but he go by Jizzle. You know, it's actually his second track that he ever made. I told him I was gonna put it on there.
Is he hanging with you on the track?
Yeah, I mean, he
good?
Yeah,
Okay.
he did his shit. I try to tell people when I get on track with them, like, don't focus too much on what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna accommodate you, especially if it's your track, I'm gonna accommodate you. But it was, you know, we came together, we was in the studio together, and you know, he just said he needed a little help to, you know, season it. So all I did was help him and, you know, sharpen his edges, and I just told him, be you. Like, be unapologetically you. Don't try to be something that you're not. Because if you is, it's gonna be able to be heard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be able to be heard. Just be you. Talk your shit. Talk it how you know it, and you know what I'm saying? If you can't formulate it or put it in words like that, that's what I'm here for. I'll help you. So that was that. But other than that, everything else is me. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear the substance and the storytelling in a few songs. And I did it in a more I would say a more shit-talking way, so it's more suitable to the younger generation.
Okay.
You know, they like to hear the bounce and shit, so it's more suitable to the younger generation.
So it's gonna be more upflow, more talk your shit, stand on business.
Right.
Okay, we can expect a really good time for you. Okay, and it's something perfect for the summer.
For sure. This is just the start of it. The next project that I dropped in July, that's gonna be the one for the ladies is gonna take to that one a little more, but that's gonna be the one where you can drive down PCH with
so this is the appetizer. This to get us ready.
Yeah, but it might get you full though. You know, you go to some of them restaurants and they got some big ass appetizers.
You ain't never lied. And I need 3 of them. No. What's your favorite song off the project? So when we hear it, we be like, oh, okay, this Duda shit.
It would have to be either Get My Person or Get My Person or Spike Christians, but I also fuck with MLK.
That was I heard it. I ain't gonna lie, but that was a good fucking track. Between that and what was it?
Is it Get Off or Get My Person?
Get My Person.
Yeah,
Those are my 2 favorite tracks.
And like I said, Get My Person is the start of the project, and it hits you right there.
Right, because I know who you are.
Right, so them 2 right there. I like Get My Person because it brings the project down to a more subtle tone, you know, and then it's more digestive. It's smoother. The beat is, you know what I mean? Shout out to Sean, you a genius. Another co-producer.
Okay.
It's more of a smoother, it has more of a smoother or more serene type of road to it, you know? Like when the sun's setting and, you know, you had a long day or whatever the case may be, you know?
Just ride
when you out here hustling, everything ain't what it seems. So.
You said after that is going to be something that the ladies can vibe to. Are we going to see any female features on there? Because other than your mama, you don't have any. Well, no, you have one more.
Yeah, I got a couple girl features, but
like singer, that's what I mean, like singing.
on Love Trials 2, you'd be able to expect a lot of singers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love Trials
like
2
that.
for sure.
Because I feel like you could do like a, not per se, but like a best friend, like 50 Cent Olivia type thing. It would be nice.
And I ain't found nobody out, man.
That's what I'm saying, like a Ja Rule, Shanti, because you got the bars to be able to do that. And then I would like to hear a little, you know.
Miss Dixon, I promise you, these girls out here these days, like I ain't shitting on none of the female artists because it's a lot of dope ones. But it's like where's that feel? Like we ain't got like I ain't gonna say we don't. I ain't
haven't come across
no, you know, we ain't like no Fantasias, no Monica's, no Jennifer like that, you know? Like I don't know. That's the music that I grew up on. Keisha Cole's, you know, the feel, like it's like now everybody just, it's there, but it's like short-lived. You got a couple
soul.
like it ain't. I ain't gonna say it ain't there. I haven't ran across it, and I want to run across that. I want to run across some to where it make me don't want to rap. Like shit, I just want to hear her fucking sing or whatever the fuck she's doing, like that, whatever she's doing, like. But
okay.
It's a couple girls that I done tapped in with. I just been studying, trying to make sure that, because they, even with girl artists, they get in there and be like, oh well, what you want to do, or what do you want to, and it's like, I want you to feel the song and do what you feel, and then we can run from that. If it's, because I ain't gonna lie, when you rapping, it gets straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? When you singing, it's
drawn out.
It's more delicate. So and it's what people take to the most. It's like the hook of the song. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna take to where the drag is more than the verse, because if you talking and it's like they gotta digest that. When you singing, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanna be the one to, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to, so I am trying to find a girl that I can at least if I can't come up with like an EP with her, like do at least 2 or 3 songs where it get a people like, yeah, I like that. Like that's that old school, that feel.
I can really hear you doing
Yeah, you
like
hear me?
that.
So
ladies, tap in.
Real singers though, the ones that ain't scared of their voice, like let that shit come out.
That sing from the gut.
Yeah, like let that shit come out, man.
Okay.
I like that.
What's your fantasy, I guess, feature? Because you named some R&B women like Keisha, Mary, Fantasia. Like, who would you want to do a song?
R&B feature?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Aaliyah. I'd have loved to do a song with Aaliyah.
Yeah.
What?
That'd be fire.
What?
If she was still, okay, because this not the Aaliyah show, but yeah, if she was still alive, like a lot of these girlies would not be cutting it at all.
But in today's society, I would love to do a song with Jasmine Sullivan.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jasmine Sullivan or Tim's.
She sing from the gut.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim's, okay.
I like Tim's.
I can hear you on an island vibe.
But yeah, Jasmine Sullivan or Tim's for sure. Okay. Back in the days, like Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill wasn't really R&B, but she was. But
you and her on the track rapping though.
Yeah.
That would be fire.
Jill Scott was cold too though. But yeah.
Let's do rap feature. Fantasy rap feature.
Rest in peace, DMX.
Okay.
I'd love to get on a song with the dog.
Y'all can spaz on the song for sure.
I'm trying to hear if we get in the game so I can get a song with this nigga Wayne before he.
I don't feel like Wayne's ever gonna quit. Like he's forever gonna be rapping his ass off somewhere, and whether he remember the lyrics or not, he's gonna be rapping his ass off somewhere. But he just said that.
I'm looking like, man.
But you gotta think. I mean, and that's a good question too. Do you ever forget your raps? Because I mean, you rap so much, like all the freestyles that you do, all the records that you put out. I mean,
but to say that it don't hold no significance to you is crazy.
Well, I mean, maybe it goes back to how we were saying earlier. Like at some point, because he had been doing it so long, he released it for people to have. So at that point, it's more so the sport rather than the passion. So some stuff it's probably not going to hold the same significance as Carter 3 or 4 did for him. You know what I mean? That's just a freestyle or a mixtape. Like it was cool, but
No Ceilings 2 and the Carter 2.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
And I think that sometimes, even with the artists in general, like how you said, what you think may be what people gravitate to, they gravitating towards something else. So what we think may be Wayne's hottest fucking projects that had summer and everything on lock, he probably like, I just did that as a one-off type or whatever. It may not hold that significance to him.
Hell yeah.
So he released the art.
But other than them, I got 3 more. Andre 3K. I need a song with 3K. Kevin Gates with his outspoken ass. And I gotta get a song with E40.
I could hear y'all on the song together. Yeah. 40 tap in. Water right. Studio essentials. What's essential to you when you go into this? Like, what do you have to have?
I need at least an eighth of weed. I gotta make sure I got some food in my system. I done been in studio sessions when I had no food in my system, it just burned, but.
Do you have like a ritual food? Like it has to be a certain time or just food in general?
It just depends on wherever the studio at. You know what I'm saying? I try to find a Chick-fil-A or a Wingstop somewhere.
Ooh, Chick-fil-A, come on. They rub them chickens. I don't know what's going on.
I ain't gonna lie.
God bless them chickens.
Yeah, it's something in that shit. Cause ain't no way.
Because I'm hungry as hell.
Yeah, ain't no way you should be craving
y'all.
that shit every Sunday. Nigga get hot like.
Right. It's like that's when you want it the most.
That shit is crazy.
Man.
But that's a good like that's a good crutch food when you go to the studio because it's universal. Everybody eat. And who don't eat chicken nuggets or
nigga, you don't
chicken
eat
sandwich?
Chicken,
like,
nigga, who don't eat chicken?
He kind of weird, like you know what I'm saying. But essentials of eighth of weed for sure. Some loose leaves. I settle for a grabber leaf, but loose leaves.
Leaves only.
Little bottle with some, little bottle with some swig, whether it be Douce or tequila, deer juice or something. But as long as I got those, I'm straight.
What's your vibe in the studio? Do you like people around? Is it just you and your engineer or producer? Are you open? Is everybody different? Like,
yeah, everybody's different.
What's your preference?
First and foremost, once I go in the booth, like it could be a gang of motherfuckers in the studio. I don't go to the studio with a lot of people, my bad. I don't go to the studio with a lot of people, but if it is a lot of people there, or if I got a lot of features that I got to do and people pulling up or whatever the case may be, I'll be cool. Like, we all interacting. I want people to come in here, connect. I usually have my cameraman and other people, my little cousin, he raps, so shout out to Ren. I have other people with me so they can connect and, do their thing. They do diligence while I'm in the booth doing mine. You know what I'm saying? As long as I got a distinctive engineer, pieces or ice or somebody that know what they doing, I'm straight. As long as we here, we straight. Because once I go in the booth, it's my sanctuary. Like, this is now, I feel like, when I go in the booth, I feel like when Charles Xavier go put that cap on X-Men, he's in that room and it's nothing but his thoughts. Like, it's just me. This is now I'm here, now I'm home. I can swim in the water by myself, like, so.
That's a good comparison. I like that because you literally took me there.
Yeah, like X-Men is one of my favorite movies. Like that whole little shit, like the whole excerpt of X-Men. But when he goes and he puts that cap on, and he closes his eyes, and it's just everything and his thoughts and everything. Like that's how I feel when I get in the booth. Like once I put the headphones on, it's like it's no more. It's all here. It's all wherever I want it to be, but it's me. Like I feel like I'm.
You're safe. It's your safe space. It's your sanctuary.
Like I'm floating in midair.
You can block
like
everything out. Not a lot of people have the mental capacity to be able to really do that and be in tap and be in tune. So that's a skill.
It get hard sometimes though. Like if you're going through something, but I got this tatted on my hand. Breathe.
Yeah. Okay. So
you feel me? So and I talk with my hand. So every time I feel like, I just look at that and I just. Sometimes you just take a deep breath, maybe take 5 if you need to, 10, count to 30,
right?
And and just come back to
refresh.
Yeah.
How do you approach when you are doing a verse or just a song? Like, what is that thought process?
Once I get in rhythm, it's like that's when my work ethic or my writing strategy had changed, because now I can go in here and punch in, I can go in here and do this, that, and third. So,
but I think that's dope too. Like you just said, like you warm up, like you spar before you go in the booth and just lay it down. Like I think that's a testament.
You gotta stretch before you just.
But not everybody, not everybody do that, or they don't warm up by doing their sport. Yeah. Like they, this music, you warm up smoking, drinking, chopping it up, doing this, that, and the other. Like, but to like rap before you go rap. Yeah. Niggas ain't doing that. Yeah. So, and I think that's a testament to why you're so good. Like how you said, the Kobe, the Mamba mentality. Like you're constantly perfecting your craft. Yeah. Like what is something that your craft has shown you about yourself that you didn't know?
my will. I've always been a determined person, but and it's not a good thing, but it is a good thing. I burn myself out trying to make this shit make sense, you know? So I would say the music has shown me my willpower to go, like just go. It also has shown me that, my music has shown me that I'm more like in tune with myself than a lot of people in the world. Like I'm still soul searching and still trying to figure it out, but there's a lot of people who are not certain of themselves. Like there's not a lot of originality out here, so that's one thing that my music has shown me. I'm a very original person.
Fully original, fully authentic. Again, this is Dudadamthang, Mr. Action. This is Sharon's son. Before we go, give people your socials and let them know again what we're on the lookout for. What's coming up?
You can follow me on Instagram at Dudadamthang, D-U-D-A-T-H-A-M, D-U-D-A-D-A-M-T-H-A-N-G. You can follow me on TikTok as well at Dudadamthang. Tap into my YouTube, Dudadamthang.
Run it up, run it up.
You know what I'm saying? Got some new content finna drop. They finna, you know what I mean, let that shit flow. Stand on business is on its way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna give y'all a specific date, but it is
y'all
here.
Gotta stay tapped in
it
for
is
the
here.
day. Y'all don't
it's
get
here.
that just yet.
It's here. So y'all be ready. I got some new visuals coming and some cold features, some secret features that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all thought that Big Sad one was cold, you feel me? I got some shit under my sleeve, so
Right.
yeah, be ready, man.
Right.
Spike Christian's out now.
Going on, though.
Challenge coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be ready for that. And I appreciate you, Miss Dixon, for having me. And it was a hell of an interview.
I know, it worked out.
Yeah.
But also before we go, anything else that like maybe you haven't talked about interview or people just don't know, like you want the people to know? And if it's nothing, it's fine. But I just don't want to leave any stone uncovered that maybe you wanted to shine light on.
Thizzler Cypher out now.
Right,
I just, you know, first Southern California artist to make Thizzler, so, you know what I'm saying, that was a big milestone for me. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to represent SoCal like that. But on a side note, I would want to say, anybody out there that's battling with depression or mental health, you know, traumatic experiences, PTSD, whatever the case may be, I just want you to know to hold your head. And I know at times it might seem like ain't no light at the end of the tunnel and you surrounded by so much dark, but you know, I don't know how in tune with people are with, you know, spirituality or God, but you know, find something that you can consider your calling, or find something that you can consider your safe haven, and gravitate towards that anytime that you feel low, or, you know what I'm saying, even if it's a person, you know what I'm saying, even if you got a comfort person, something like that. But I want you to know that you're not out here alone, you know. It's other people that, you know, go through things, and I want you to know that you strong. Just stay strong and hold your head, and don't succumb to your depression or your mental health, or, you know what I'm saying? And I know it get hard because I didn't contemplate suicide, all type of things. I didn't, you know, tried to end it and all of that. So I'm not telling you from the outside looking in, I'm telling you from the inside looking in. You know what I'm saying? I'm an advocate of this shit. So if you go through depressions, or, you know, you deal with mental health and PTSD, I want you to know that you're not alone, and just stay strong. You know what I'm saying? That's about it.
I don't even want to say nothing after that because that was such a powerful message. Woo. Okay, we out, y'all.